Chapter 1, Why I Want to Speak English Fluently. Hello, my name is Deep. I am 33 years old and I am from Vietnam. My wife's name is Tran and she is the same age as me. We have a son named Har. He is 4 years old and goes to kindergarten. I work in IT and I have a remote job. This means I can work from anywhere. I like this because it gives me freedom. I can stay at home, take care of my child, and still earn money. My job is mostly on the computer, so I don't need to go to an office. This is very convenient for me. My wife was a university lecturer in Vietnam. She worked very hard every day. She loved her job, but she always wanted to do more. She wanted to continue her studies and get a PhD. She spent years preparing for it. Finally, she passed her PhD exam. It was a big achievement. I was very proud of her. After passing the exam, she had an opportunity to study in the United States. It was a big decision for our family. We talked about it many times. In the end, we decided that she should go. It was a great chance for her future. She moved to the US and I stayed in Vietnam with Har. At first, everything was fine. I worked from home and I took care of our son. Every morning, I woke up early to prepare breakfast. Then I took Har to school. After that, I returned home and started working. My job was busy, but I liked it. In the evening, I picked Har up from school. We played together, ate dinner, and sometimes watched cartoons. Before bedtime, we made video calls to my wife. Har missed his mother very much. At first, he was okay because we called her every day. But as time passed, he became sadder. He often asked, "When will Mom come home?" Sometimes he cried and held her picture. I tried my best to comfort him, but I knew that he needed her. After 4 months, I saw that Har was too sad. He was not happy anymore. He didn't want to go to school. He didn't smile as much as before. He needed his mother. That's when I made a big decision. I took him to the US to be with her. It was not easy to move to a new country. There were many things to prepare. I had to arrange our travel, pack our things, and say goodbye to friends and family. I was excited, but also nervous. This was my first time living in another country. I knew some English. I could read and write because I used English for work. But speaking was a different story. I was not confident. In Vietnam, I didn't need to speak English much. But in the US, I had to use English every day. When I arrived in the US, I realized how difficult it was. Simple things became challenging. I needed to buy groceries, but I didn't know how to talk to the cashier. I wanted to ask for directions, but I was too shy. When I met new people, I didn't know what to say. Har's school also required me to talk to teachers. They spoke fast and I could not understand everything. I often had to ask them to repeat. Sometimes I smiled and pretended to understand. But inside, I felt frustrated. I realized that I had no choice. I had to learn to speak English well. For my wife, for my son, and for myself. I wanted to live comfortably in this new country. I wanted to help my son with his school. I wanted to make friends and not feel afraid to talk. And so my journey to fluent English began. Chapter 2, My Daily Activities from Monday to Friday. Every morning, I wake up early to start my day. I get up at 6 a.m. and take some time to freshen up. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and prepare breakfast for my family. I love cooking Vietnamese dishes, so I often make pho, bun bo, banh mi, or fried rice. The smell of the food fills the kitchen, and it makes me feel good to cook for my loved ones. After breakfast, I wake up my wife and son. I help them get ready, and then we all sit down together to enjoy our meal. Breakfast is a special time for our family. We talk, share stories, and laugh together. Once we finish breakfast, I hop on my old motorbike, which I bought after moving to the US. I take Har to his kindergarten first, and then I drop my wife off at her university. It is a nice ride, and I enjoy the fresh air in the morning. After I drop them off, I return home by around 8:30 a.m. I sit down at my desk and start working. I am quite skilled at my job, so I can complete my task quickly. I enjoy my work, and it makes me feel accomplished. In the morning, I usually finish my work by 11 a.m. After that, I take some time to relax. I like to listen to English news, read articles, watch movies, and listen to podcasts. This helps me improve my English listening skills while also staying informed. When I feel hungry, I check the refrigerator for something to eat. I take a short break until 1 p.m. when I start working again. I focus on my tasks until about 3:30 p.m. After finishing my work, I take some food out of the fridge to prepare dinner. While I cook, I usually listen to podcasts or music in English. It helps me practice my listening and makes cooking more enjoyable. At 4 p.m., I go to pick up Har from school. I love seeing his smiling face when he sees me. After picking him up, we often go to the park to run and play until around 5:30 p.m. It is a great way to spend time together and stay active. After our time at the park, we come home and take a shower. At around 6:30 p.m., I go with Har to pick up my wife from school. She is currently working on her PhD thesis, so her schedule can be unpredictable. Sometimes she comes home late, and other times she returns early. Usually if she messages us between 6:30 p.m. and 7 p.m., we go to pick her up. Her school is not far from our place, so sometimes she walks home. We usually start dinner at 7 p.m. Since I prepare the food in the afternoon, we only need to reheat it. After dinner, we clean up and play with Har until 10 p.m. This is our family time. We often watch movies, read stories, and play games together. Har is very active. He loves to run around and climb on me, which makes us all laugh. At 10 p.m., my wife and son go to bed. I usually stay up a little longer to work or listen to English until midnight. Before going to sleep, I like to listen to English to help me relax and fall asleep easier. Chapter 3, Weekend Activities. On the weekends, we wake up a little later than usual. This is a nice change for our family. After a long week of work and school, it feels good to sleep in. I love the feeling of resting and enjoying a slow morning. When I finally get out of bed, I head to the kitchen to prepare breakfast for everyone. I make sure to cook something delicious that everyone will enjoy. Sometimes I make pancakes with syrup, while other times I whip up eggs and toast. We all gather around the table and enjoy our meal together. After breakfast, we sit and talk about our plans for the day. Har is always excited to go out and play. He loves going to the playground or the swimming pool. I usually ask him where he wants to go, and he quickly suggests fun places to visit. After our discussions, we decide to take Har to a nearby playground. The playground is a colorful place filled with slides, swings, and climbing structures. Har runs around with joy, playing with other children. I love watching him laugh and have fun. If the weather is nice, we sometimes go to the park. The park is a beautiful place where we can enjoy nature. We walk along the paths and Har loves to chase after butterflies or collect pretty leaves. It's a peaceful and enjoyable way to spend time as a family. We also enjoy visiting shopping malls on the weekends. The mall has many shops and it's fun to explore. Sometimes we stop by a cafe to grab a snack or a drink. Har loves ice cream, so we often get him a cone. Watching him smile while eating ice cream is one of my favorite moments. On Saturday evenings, we usually go out to eat. It's a great way to relax after a busy day. We like to try different restaurants and enjoy various cuisines. Sometimes we choose Vietnamese food, which reminds us of home. Other times we try new dishes we have never tasted before. Eating out is a special treat for us, and it gives my wife a break from cooking. We all sit together at the table, sharing stories and enjoying each other's company. This time together helps us bond as a family. On Saturdays, my wife often has classes or meetings related to her studies. She works very hard on her PhD, and I admire her dedication. While she is at school, Har and I have some time to ourselves. We enjoy our father-son moments, playing games or watching cartoons. During this time, I also take the opportunity to practice my English. I talk to Har about the cartoons we watch, and I ask him questions. This helps me improve my speaking skills while spending time with my son. On Sunday afternoons, we usually go grocery shopping. Before we go, we make a list of the things we need for the week. It's important to have fresh ingredients for our meals. I enjoy shopping for fruits and vegetables, and I like to choose the best ones. Har enjoys helping me pick out snacks and treats. He always asks for something special, like cookies or chips. I let him choose a few items, and it makes him happy. Shopping together is a fun way to teach him about food and making choices. After shopping, we put the food away in the refrigerator. I feel satisfied knowing we have enough to last the week. I enjoy organizing the fridge and making sure everything is in its place. It gives me a sense of accomplishment. Besides these activities, we also like to do other things that families usually do on weekends. Sometimes we visit friends or have a picnic in the park. We pack some food and drinks, and it's always a great time. During the picnic, we play games and enjoy the outdoors. Har loves to run around and explore. We take photos to remember these special moments together. We might also go for a family walk in the evening. Walking together allows us to talk and connect as a family. It's a wonderful way to end the day and enjoy each other's company. Weekends are special because they allow us to relax and enjoy life together. They are a time for fun, laughter, and creating memories as a family. We cherish these moments and look forward to each weekend. Chapter 4: How I Learn English. Learning English is very important to me, and I have discovered many effective ways to improve my skills. I believe that practice and consistency are key to mastering any language. One of the best things I do is listen to English all the time, wherever I am and whenever I have a moment. Whether I am at home, on the bus, or waiting in line, I always have something in English playing. This habit has helped me become more familiar with the sounds and rhythms of the language. I enjoy listening to podcasts because they cover many interesting topics. There are podcasts about technology, family life, education, and even stories. I find podcasts that match my interests, as this makes learning more enjoyable. Listening to different voices and accents helps me improve my listening skills. In addition to podcasts, I also love listening to music in English. Music is a fun way to learn new vocabulary and phrases. I enjoy singing along to my favorite songs, which helps me practice my pronunciation. Sometimes I look up the lyrics online and try to understand the meaning behind the words. This way, I learn not only the language but also the culture behind the songs. Watching movies in English is another enjoyable method for learning. I choose films that I find entertaining and pay close attention to the dialogues. I often repeat sentences out loud to practice my speaking skills. This technique helps me improve my accent and become more confident in speaking. I also try to watch movies with subtitles in English, which helps me connect the spoken words with their written forms. I make it a habit to read English news articles regularly. I like to stay updated on current events, and reading helps me expand my vocabulary. When I encounter new words, I write them down and try to use them in my conversations. This practice reinforces my learning and helps me remember new vocabulary better. When I have the chance to speak with others, I take every opportunity to communicate. I believe that practice is essential, and talking with people helps me improve my speaking skills. I try to find language exchange partners or join local groups where I can meet new friends. Engaging in conversations with native speakers has significantly boosted my confidence. Thinking in English is another strategy I use to improve my skills. I try to describe my daily activities and thoughts in English, even when I am alone. This practice helps me become more comfortable with the language and allows me to express myself better. It also helps me think faster when I'm speaking. To ensure that I am using words and sentences correctly, I utilize AI tools to check my writing. When I write in English, I run it through the AI to see if there are any mistakes. This process gives me confidence in my skills and helps me learn from my errors. I appreciate the feedback I receive as it helps me grow as a language learner. Before I go to sleep, I take a moment to reflect on the words and sentences I have learned throughout the day. This review helps reinforce my memory and prepares me for the next day. I often think about the new vocabulary I encountered and how I can use it in my conversations. I also try to listen to English content about topics that interest me. This keeps me engaged and prevents me from getting bored or tired of learning. If I enjoy the material, I am more likely to continue studying. I often explore various sources, such as YouTube channels, documentaries, and online courses to keep my learning fresh and exciting. I believe that learning should be fun and enjoyable. It is essential to find methods that work for you and make the process enjoyable. I want to share this message with others who are also learning English. Don't be afraid to try new things and explore different resources to enhance your learning experience. Learning a language is a journey, and everyone has their unique path. I remind myself that progress takes time, and it is essential to be patient with myself. Stay motivated and remember that practice makes perfect. I am excited about my progress and look forward to improving my English even more. As I continue my journey, I hope to inspire others to join me. Learning English opens up new opportunities and connects us with people from around the world. I encourage everyone to embrace the challenge and enjoy the process of learning. In conclusion, my journey to learn English has been fulfilling and rewarding. I have discovered many enjoyable ways to practice, and I am eager to keep learning. By listening, speaking, reading, and writing in English every day, I believe I can achieve my goal of fluency. Together, let's continue our language learning journey and support each other along the way.